Joe Spallina is now in his 7th season as the coach of the Lizards, and he will have in cage tonight the veteran out of Penn State, Drew Adams, making the start. 11 games this season, giving up just under 16 goals a game, 50% save percentage on the campaign. And we'll go up against Boston and the Cannons and their head coach Sean Quirk. Now in his 3rd season with them, as they're at 3-8 right now, tied for last place, and their goalkeeper tonight in cage going to be number 1, Nicholas Morocco. It's his 2nd game of the season here overall. You take a look at some of the numbers. Looking forward to seeing his action here tonight for the Cannons, and we get set for the opening face-off. Of course, both teams minus a lot of talent right now. The Lacrosse World Games going on over in Israel. We'll get to that in a little bit, but big one here this evening. We'll see if New York can even their record at 6-6, or will the Cannons pull off the season sweep. One of the big losses for Boston right now is Trevor Baptiste, their face-off man, not here, of course.
Yeah, and you see it right there early on. Get the jump, illegal procedure, ball goes to New York. So that's something to watch. Obviously, great player, great face-off guy. And from New York, Tommy Kelly's been doing a really nice job. So, you know, with all the guys that New York's missing, they're going to need a big night out of Tommy Kelly and a big night out of their veteran goalie, Drew Adams.
Kelly's done a real nice job stepping in, as you said, and that first shot is a score for New York and Joe LoCascio. What a start, 20 seconds in.
Here just splits him, gets to his left hand. There's no slide, there's no help, not much communication there in the Boston defense. Got to get set, got to be ready to play defense early in these possessions in the MLL with the shot clock and the way this game is played with the pace. So you've got to be alert, you've got to be set, and you've got to have that slide and that help man ready to go. LoCascio recognized there was no slide, went lefty, and able to finish it on the run.
15th of the season for LoCascio. So you go back to the face-off, and Thomas Kelly in the violation here on Boston once again. So Casey Dowd taking the face-offs for the Cannons right now. It's New York possession after they just scored 20 seconds in here, and Joel Tinney has it in his stick. Well, Manny's got to still be a threat, obviously, for any opponent here. Number 4, he's behind the net right now, of course, working without his partners, you know, Rob Pinnell and Paul Rabel, but he's had one heck of a season.
He's had a great season. Look for him to carry a little bit of that load. I would expect New York to use their midfielders, you know, really attack those short sticks, you know, with the absence of Pinnell, someone who likes to have the ball in his stick a lot. Look for the midfielders to initiate and dodge.
In the crease is the call here on Tinney, who fell down, landed in there, and it's going to be Boston possession. Tom Kennedy works it over.
One more dance, but it's with Chuck. He's dope. He'll curse us out, so we don't point.
Now Sergio Perkovic. Zed Williams. Checked by Matt Landis. Jack Stanwyck works it back now for Justin Turry. Turry fires away, saved by Adams. Good job to clean it up there for Drew, and the first save of the night.
Good job by Drew, stood tall on that pipe, baited him a little bit. If you're Turry, just got to take a few extra steps, increase your angle, and try to go far side with that, but give a lot of credit to Drew Adams standing tall and staying on that pipe, staying disciplined.
LoCascio works it behind for Manny. You know it's got to be tough for any team in Major League Lacrosse with all the offense that each team possesses, you know, to try to limit how many goals get scored. But really, that's been New York's thing. If they could just down on the defensive end, you know, they're going to have success.
Yeah, early in the year, the defense was a huge struggle for them. giving up a lot of double digits as high 18s and 19 goal games, and that was their struggle. I think it took them some time to adapt and adjust to not having someone like Greg Grenling at the face-off X, where they were so used to dominating ball possession and time of possession. And now they kind of figured that out with Tommy Kelly.
Manny's pass knocked down and intercepted by Boston. And it's Cody O'Donnell taking it the other way. Here's O'Donnell still with it. All the way in, and O'Donnell shoots and scores. What a run, coast to coast, and we're tied at 1.
First thing you teach your transition players is you're the first option. If nobody picks you up, you've got to be the shooter. Everybody always looks to hit the point man, but if nobody comes to you, you're the option, long pole or not. And he did a nice job of being aggressive, going right down the pipe there, recognizing that the slide wasn't coming, and was able to finish with a nice bounce shot. So really nice play from Cody O'Donnell in transition. First
of the season, and with 3.5 minutes gone by in the first, we're tied at 1. Casey Dowd again for Boston in white. Thomas Kelly for the Lizards in the green and black. Kelly. Flag flies as he goes down. Penalty here on the Cannons. Going to be the trip on Cody O'Donnell. Or check it, Dowd, excuse me, on the face-off there.
Tough start for Dowd, the 2 illegal procedures, and then he loses that one and then takes the penalty. So he's got to change up what he's doing right now at the face-off X.
So New York is on the extra man here. Tied at 1, early action first quarter. Manny behind the net. Walters lost it and taken away by the Cannons. Tim Muller.
And that's something to watch, too, with the special teams. You know, those guys that we talked about are missing are key members to the man-down or man-up unit. So you throw a new group of 6 out there or 5 when you're talking man-down. It changes the dynamic, changes the chemistry. So special teams could play a huge part in this tonight.
Good job by the Cannons to stave off this penalty. First of the night. As they work to get back to full strength here. It's Kyle Denhoff that has it behind the net for James Pennell. And Perkovic comes back on, and it's even now for both teams. Perkovic. Pennell, as the shot clock goes off, Adams has a save, goes into the cage. They're going to call the shot clock violation first. And the timeout is taken. Nine playing the first, tied at 1, Boston and New York.
We built this cleat for the player who works tirelessly, day in and day out. We built it for the player who pushes their body to the limits, all to get that extra step. We built it for the player who wants speed. We built it for her.
In 2015, New York sat atop the lacrosse world. 2016 was the year of the Outlaws. And 2017 saw a takeover by the Machine. Who will get their hands on the Seinfeld Trophy in 2018? Find out on August 18th. MLL champion is crowned in Charleston, South Carolina. Tickets are on sale now at MajorLeagueLacrosse.com. Major League Lacrosse on LAC Sports Network is brought to you by Coca-Cola and by Powerade.
Time for our Maverick player spotlight tonight here. We shining on number 4 for the Lizards, Will Manny.
Will Manny, since he's come over in that trade, he's been unbelievable for this New York team. He's really found his way with some other stars. You know, you got to kind of find your way and fit in with guys like Pennell and Rabel and Joe Walters, and the list goes on and on. So he's done a great job finding his spots and taking advantage when the opportunity comes to him.
Yeah, he's been special. I know we talked about this a lot from that trade from last year. It wasn't just him. You had Joe LoCascio coming over as well. It was really one amazing deal that New York was able to get out of that. And you're right, it's been so special for the Lizards and their fans, too, to see Manny working in that combination with Rob Pennell and Paul Rabel. It's arguably, you know, one of the best attacks, you know, in the league.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, Rob Pennell is arguably the best attackman in the league, and,
right.
And then you followed up with Rabel and what Will's been able to do. So, yeah, I would put that unit at number 1 for sure.
Lizards trying to even their record at 6-6 here in the MLL. 5-6 right now for the Cannons. 3-8, tied for last place. And Perkovic dumps it over for Pennell. Saved by Drew Adams. Three saves for Adams so far here tonight. Cody Jamieson, number 88 for New York, in action here tonight, along with Joe Walters, Will Manny out there right now. Justin Ray wearing number 11. JoJo Marasco has it here, 22. And Joe LoCascio, who scored the first goal of the game tonight. Those are your 6 on the field right now, attacking midfield for the Lizards. Ball loose in front, recovered by the Cannons. Here they come. Fahey brought it over. And now Zed Williams. Perkovic is always so tough with his size and strength and what he can do to create not just one-on-one, but drawing so much attention to find his teammates.
Especially when he's the last guy coming out of the box, trying to get that short stick matchup. That's a tough matchup for any short stick, because of his size and his ability to to shoot from the outside. He really stretches the defense even when the ball is spinning. So tough matchup, and probably we'll need a big night out of him.
I feel like this is going to be one of those a little bit more low-scoring affairs here tonight. I mean, the way everybody's being so deliberate right now here from the start.
I would think the action will pick up. These guys, again, a lot of new bodies out here, especially on the offensive side for both teams. So it'll take some time, but then once they get used to each other, I think things will start to light up a little bit.
Manny found Walters, and the shot is saved by Morocco for Boston. Good opportunity there in front. Shaq Stanwyck.
We talked about that Perkovic coming out of the box, getting that short stick, getting a run.
Yeah, when you get that guy going with a head of steam, right? Look out. Being over and back here. If they don't keep it in, they do. Good job that time by Justin Turry. Perkovic fires away, misses top left. It's going to stay with the Cannons. Now Turry, bounce shot. And back there was Stanwyck. Pennell, wow, behind the back as that shot clock was winding down, didn't go. Only way he could have put that one on, and it's going to be New York ball with a tie game at 1 still and just under 6 minutes to go first quarter.
Boston taking a while to initiate their offense. A lot of guys standing around, holding the ball.
Yeah.
A few times now that clock has been running down, they've had to force, shots, angles, and with guys on them. Got to get into their offense quicker. Got to start playing a little bit faster on the offensive side of the ball.
New York scored 20 seconds into the game here tonight from Joe Locascio. Boston came back with Coney O'Donnell, who went all the way down the field coast to coast in his first goal of the season. There's a shot from Locascio again. It's off the mark, and Will Manny will put it back in. Manny leads this team in scoring with 36 goals on the season for New York. Marasco now. Back over to Manny. Shot got deflected. And we have another timeout. We'll be back. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go first quarter. It is Boston and New York still tied at 1 here on Long Island.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. The pinnacle of protection, comfort, and vision. Cascade, passion to protect.
Gone into a locker room at 2-6.
You're almost thinking that the season's over.
Back-to-back weeks now that Denver surrendered 20 close, and they will have to clean things up if they want to turn this season around.
I didn't think we were going to really get to the playoffs. No one thought we would make it to the championship.
This could be the beginning of something pretty special for the Denver Outlaws.
And that's it! For the second time in 3 years, Denver does it! In 2015, New York sat atop the lacrosse world. 2016 was the year of the Outlaws. And 2017 saw a takeover by the machine. Who will get their hands on the Steinfeld Trophy in 2018? Find out on August 18th when the new MLL champion is crowned in Charleston, South Carolina. Tickets are on sale now at MajorLeagueLacrosse.com.
Maverick player spotlight tonight for the Boston Cannons. Shaq Stanwyck is who we feature in this one.
Shaq Stanwyck, obviously if you're a lacrosse fan, you know that last name, and I'm sure every family member is sick of hearing that from every announcer, but it has to be said, and he just continues that tradition of great lacrosse players. Had a great career at Hopkins and has continued that here in the MLL.
Steve, how about in recruiting? If you're a coach at Hopkins there with Petramala and company and Benson and Dwan, it's some guys have like areas, right, or different high schools. I would just say one guy should just have the Stanwyck family.
Correct.
You just go there. I mean, there's going to be more coming, right? As the years go on, right? I mean, think about it. All the sons and daughters that they all have now.
Well, that's what Coach Roy Simmons at Syracuse used to tell everybody, that you're allowed to come here and play, but your firstborn is mine as well. So someone should have locked up the Stanwicks.
Yeah, just go recruit the Stanwyck family, and you'll be fine. There's Tom Moore. And Drew Adams. He's got 4 saves already in this contest so far.
And a great save right there, one-on-one. Shaq Stanwyck, who we just highlighted, coming around left-handed, and Drew able to make that stop. Drew, in the MLL, is the best goalie when it comes to one-on-one plays like that. Got great quick hands, and he's able to read attackman and shooter's eyes in tight. But very, very good in tight.
Flag flies. Get the cross check called on Boston. And Coach Spalina's group will have their second man-up opportunity of this game. So O'Donnell is out. Called for the ticket. Under 4 minutes to go, first quarter. See if New York can capitalize. They didn't really get a chance too much on their first man up as they lost the ball, and it was Boston that had it. And here once again now after the save, and they've got a chance to run this out as well and get back to full strength. It's kind of a similar situation there.
Both times Joe Walters in the first one was unable to cause a turnover, then took that quick shot there from that same wing spot that he loves to post up at. So 2 wasted opportunities really for New York with the man-up opportunity.
Yeah, and right there as well. No reason to really force that one. Goes right back over to Boston with 3 minutes to go, first quarter. And the shot will go through, and that's Zed Williams that puts it in for Boston. Just got it by Adams, and it's now 2-1 Cannons.
Right here, you take a look at the replay. Just a little dodge here. Does a really nice job. It's actually not bad defense. Maybe step out, maybe another foot more. Try to get him going down the alley, but it's pretty good defense. He's on him. Just a really nice shot from the outside from Zed Williams.
Tough one there for Adams, unable to stop it. And Williams now 14 on the season. Cannons go up by 1. Thomas Kelly for the Lizards, Casey Dowd for Boston. A lot of hitting here. Tinney has it. Joel Tinney comes out of the pack. Gets it over for Justin Ray. Get all the Rays in action here tonight, right? Justin Ray, Jeff Ray, Troy Ray.
A lot of Rays.
Yep, the twin brothers and cousin. Now it's Marasco. Falling into the middle, stayed out of the crease and scores the goal. JoJo Marasco laying out to tie it at 2.
Does a nice job here. JoJo gets underneath his defender. You're going to take a look. Gets underneath him right there. Puts the defender on his back and then able to finish the acrobatic goal. Nice play for him. And again, nice job dodging there and just finding that space and able to get underneath that D guy.
A shot from Marasco, tied at 2. And they get that goal right back with 2:18 to play in the first. From your alma mater there, Steve, back in 2013, and native here of Yorktown Heights, New York, not too far away.
Call that upstate here, but if you're from Yorktown, they don't like to hear that they're from upstate. That they're anything over the bridge is considered upstate.
Okay. Here we go. Cannons racing the other way. Matt Bertram's for Moore. And settles it down now for Williams with a 2-2 ball game and under 2 minutes to go in the first.
Have a flag down as well.
There'll be a penalty coming up on New York, so it'll be the first extra man opportunity for the Cannon. Perkovic thought about the 2-pointer. Almost not a bad idea right now on those kind of situations to take that shot, take a chance. You know you're going to get it back on the penalty.
Correct, yeah. If there's a time to take a 2 and burn one's definitely with that.
Black 30. Interference, 30 seconds. Black 30, interference.
So it's on Pat Frazier for New York, and he's out for 30 seconds with 1:26 to go. So the Cannons on the extra man until 56 seconds, unless they can score one here. Go back on top. Here's Shaq Stanwyck to put it in.
New York struggled with their 2 man-up opportunity. See what Boston can do here. Working out of a 1-4-1 right now. Look for someone to carry maybe and get to a new shape.
Williams fires away.
And here's their action right here. So 1-4-1 to a 1-3-2.
Got Williams in the middle. Pennell for Stanwyck behind the net. Here's Perkovic, gets free, fires away, two-pointer. Adams got a piece of it on the save.
Should get a fresh 60 there. Clock's off anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you got it, because under a minute to go here in the first quarter. And the extra man is now up as well. Right idea, though, for the Cannons.
Yeah, I think with the 2-2 game and the way things are going at the face-off, X really want to play for the last shot here if you're Boston.
Well, Pennell thinks otherwise, fires away and scores. So James Pennell, count it, with 28.7 seconds to go, and now they go on top 3-2.
That's why I'm up here and James Pennell is down there. He knows better than I do, but great look, obviously. You know, you'd like to run the clock, but when you get an opportunity like this and a shot with your hands free, nobody on you, you'll take that all day from James Pennell, and he's able to finish it. So really nice play from the Boston offense. 3-2 lead here with just a little over 28 left here in the first quarter.
And those 22 goals, good for the team high for the Boston Cannons with 28.7 seconds to go. 1 goal advantage here as we wind down the first quarter. Back to Casey Dowd going up against Thomas Kelly. Kelly flips it out of there. It's going to be picked up by Boston and Cody O'Donnell. Opportunity here late in the first. 10 seconds to go. Tim Edwards. 4 seconds in front. Moore, he shoots and he scores. Count it. That is Tom diving in front with 1 second remaining in the first, and Boston leads it 4-2.
Just like I said, you know, 60 seconds left, you get 2 goals. Why would you ever hold for the last shot? But really nice play here from Moore. For a second there, Boston was letting this clock run. Moore obviously recognized it right away, able to get underneath there. Puts that stick into his right hand, one-handed there. Keeps it away from the defender, then able to dive across and score with literally 1 second left. So great play from Tom Moore, and really nice job by Boston to close out what's been a quiet first quarter from both teams, and then able to get 2 late there and take this lead into the second quarter.
Yeah, it really was. As Moore goes down, Jack Kerrigan landed on him and he scored the goal, and that's how the first quarter is going to end up. So the Cannons lead it 4-2 after 1. We'll head to the second in New York when we come back.
In 2015, New York sat atop the lacrosse world. 2016 was the year of the Outlaws. And 2017 saw a takeover by the Machine. Who will get their hands on the Seinfeld Trophy in 2018? Find out on August 18th when the new MLL champion is crowned in Charleston, South Carolina. Tickets are on sale now at MajorLeagueLacrosse.com.
Fakes in front, long shoots, he scores! The Outlaws are 2016 Major League Lacrosse champions.
So that's a long off season. Definitely a devastating loss. Probably the toughest loss I've ever had in my career.
To be so close, you're getting closer and closer, and then you're gonna have it pretty much ripped away from you.
It tests you.
What I took from it is we're a championship caliber team.
This is a team that had built itself
had gotten to the playoffs, had back-to-back opening round losses, get to the championship game. To me, the only goal for this Machine team in 2017 was to finish it off.
And there it is! For the first time in franchise history, the Ohio Machine has won the Major League Lacrosse Championship.
You don't feel sorry for yourselves. Underlying theme throughout the whole way. Find a way to make it happen.
Boston leading New York as we get set for the start of the second quarter. Time now for Cascade Under the Helmet as we near the end of this 2018 regular season. We'll take a look back at the first round picks of these two teams from the draft in April. Trevor Baptiste, the Cannons, made him the first ever faceoff athlete to be selected with the #1 overall pick after a record-setting career at Denver. He's won 48% of his faceoffs through the first 5 MLL games this season. He scored 3 goals as well. He's currently in Israel with Team USA. And then the 5th overall pick, the Lizards selected Joel Tinney. And from Johns Hopkins coming into tonight, 5 goals for Tinney so far through 6 games with New York. On display, at least one of them anyhow here tonight. And you can watch Baptiste over with Team USA.
Yeah, both guys have had a good start to their MLL career. Obviously, Baptiste, I think it's going to take him just a little time to adjust to playing top-notch face-off guys week in and week out. I think in college sometimes you can feast on some of those lower-end guys. And then for Tinney, done a nice job. The Canadian is coming to this league and he's got some goals and is a nice threat for New York and comp some of those Stars and Dodgers on the offensive side where he can finish on the inside and create it from up top as well. So he's been a nice addition for this New York offense.
When you talking about the face-offs there, Steve, what do you think the biggest difference is when you come into Major League Lacrosse and facing those kind of face-off guys,
Level of competition, and again, it's week in and week out.
Okay.
I mean, when you talk about the amount of teams in the league, you're talking, the top 8-9 guys in the world as far as face-off guys, where in college there's, 60-something, 70-something Division I teams, and every once in a while you're going to get a guy that you just dominate and you can win 85-90% and kind of almost have a day off, where here you're battling, and with the amount of goals scored, you're taking a lot more face-offs in the MLL game than he probably did in college.
That's a great point there. It's also, I think, as they had to reset the shot clock here, have to be a little bit of a gut check for all the goalies as well too, right? Coming in from college with the percentages that they had and giving up sometimes 6, 7, 8, 9 goals a game. When you get into double, you're like, oh boy, it's a bad game. Not the case here. I mean, if you keep them into low double figures, you're having a good game.
You're right. The position of goalie is, for the MLL versus college is the biggest transition of any position by far. I mean, the amount of rubber you see in a game. A lot of these guys come out of college systems and they're used to seeing shots from certain spots on the field, and it's much more disciplined, where this is up and down, fast pace. You're talking about the best offensive players in the world. It's a total different ball game, and it usually takes a goalie a year or two of being a backup and getting used to this level of play before they can go in between the pipes and really have any type of success. And even Drew Adams had his first 2 years behind Doc, and it took him some time. So again, it's definitely a very difficult position to come in, especially if you come out of one of those systems where defensively you're only seeing so many shots a game. This is a whole different ball game.
Pennell misfired on the shot. Cannons there, but they're going to throw it away. Bad pass there from Denhoff. And yeah, I mean, Drew Adams has had some amazing saves, throughout the season, throughout his career, really. I mean, you'll be amazed at what he's done, but then you look at, the numbers, like we said, that, he gives up 15+ goals a game. I mean, hey, many of the goalies in this league do.
Correct, and especially we talked about it earlier, that the defense kind of had let him down early in the year.
They did, yeah.
he was seeing shots from inside and didn't really get much help there. So, you know, those stats are a little misleading, you know, as well. But like I said, Drew's one of the best in the game, especially in tight, you know, on the inside.
Locascio fakes on the 2, steps it in. What a save there from Morocco for Boston.
Locascio wishes he had that one back. Made a nice, really nice fake, had his hands free, time and room. Could have took a little bit more time. I don't think he realized how wide open he was after that face dodge, but
kind of the same plane, though, on that shot there is what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
You could see it the whole way, not much deception.
High to high there.
Okay.
Maybe try to put that one low.
Cutter coming through. There was Cal Dirth. Couldn't hang on to the pass. Lizards try to scoop it up. And they will. Walters has it. And they try to get it over to Ray. Justin Ray, that time on the feed from Austin Bafani. He'll scoop it back up. Fires away, and he scores. So count that for Joe Walters. New York needed that. They come within 1 now here early in the second quarter.
Joe Walters, one of the most accurate shooters to ever play this game. Got even better over the years as he played a lot of indoor and box lacrosse, shot at some tighter spots, but has always been a great shooter, something he's always practiced, been part of his craft, and shows you right there, able to stick that left-handed. Nice shot from Joe, and like you said, New York needed that offense to get going here, get some momentum.
Been around this league for a long time. Maryland graduate back in 2006 out of Rochester, New York, and you know that goal right there, you saw number 21. What a consistent year he's had. Comes in with 20 goals and 20 assists. Now with his 21st goal there to bring the Lizards within 1. Battle here at the face-off with Dowd and Kelly. Who's going to come out of the pack with this one here? We'll see. Good wing play. Tinney. Joel Tinney has it for New York. Looking to tie it up. Tinney works his way in and scores. What a shot from Tinney. 4-4, New York and Boston.
Started with that crafty ground ball off of the face-off. Did a nice job of reading that situation, reading what was going on between the two face-off guys as they were down. Again, able to scoop it up. Watch this, nice play here, protects his stick, and now he's off to the races. We talked about it earlier, you gotta be a threat with the ball on your stick. No slide comes. That's a guy you gotta slide to in transition. I understand maybe not going to a pole, but with Tinney coming down the pipe, gotta go to him there. Nobody does, and he's able to finish.
Yeah, you can't leave him unprotected like that on the run. Number 6 for Tinney, who we just talked about a few moments ago, and you know, just so important on the wing play. I mean, you can't put it all on the face-off guys. I mean, you think about it. I mean, he's the one that made that play right there. After the ball just comes out, and you have good wing players and good ground ball pickups, you're able to make plays like that.
Well, it's one of those positions where, you know, over the last few years, the emphasis on the face-off guys, you know, has been stepped up. But now, like you're right, the wing guys, you know, if you don't have good wing guys, it makes a huge difference. And when you do have those guys, it makes a huge difference the other way. So those guys can really change a game and change the way the face-off play is being played.
There's really not a stat there, and I'd like to maybe see it about, you know, wing players scoring off the face-off. I mean, it'll go down as a ground ball, a pickup obviously, and a goal. But, you know, if you don't go through it or recognize when they got it, I mean, those are huge right there. I mean, the only way you can tell guys like how many ground balls he gets, you know, is he wins it to himself.
Correct.
Right? Or, you know, if he's got goals, of course, he goes down and scores. But how about the wing players and how many of those ground balls have been turned into goals?
No, absolutely. If you have the right guys out there, especially out of that long pole position, someone that's offensive minded that can handle the ball, it makes you that much more of a threat off of the face-off.
Liner here for Boston, and what a shot as Williams connects again with 2 goals. Boston back in front. Scoring starting to pick up here a little bit now.
Yeah, you take a look right here. Zed Williams does a nice job using that defender as a screen and gives Boston a 1-goal lead.
Joe Walters is predictable. He's easy to guard.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out. He's a one-trick pony.
Joey Sankey's too small. Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
In 2015, New York sat atop the lacrosse world. 2016 was the year of the Outlaws. And 2017 saw a takeover by the Machine. Who will get their hands on the Steinfeld Trophy in 2018? Find out on August 18th when the new MLL champion is crowned in Charleston, South Carolina. Tickets are on sale now at MajorLeagueLacrosse.com.
Boston back on top 5-4 after the second goal of the game by Zed Williams. Fans, the Major League Lacrosse Game of the Week on ESPN Plus returns on Sunday, July 22nd with an afternoon matchup live from Denver. It's going to be the first place Dallas Rattlers. They head to the Mile High City to take on the Outlaws. We're also in the middle of the playoff race heading into the final 3 weeks of the season. Dallas at Denver, MLL Game of the Week on ESPN Plus. Coming up this Sunday, 2 o'clock Eastern. 12 p.m. Mountain Time as we go back to the face-off, and 9:51 to play in this second quarter. 5-4 Cannons. Kelly had it for a moment, but instead it's going to be Dowd who ends up recovering it for Bob. A nice move there by James Fahey. Over to Moore. And now back to Williams. Denhoff behind the net for Pennell, James Pennell. Williams again trying to back in on Thomas Zenker. Feeds it in front. Stanwyck couldn't corral it. Pennell does, and now Perkovic lost that one. And look at that ball, slow right down, but it's New York that's able to go after it. And Jack Kerrigan that time gets it over for Pafani. Extra pass, Manny shoots, and a save by Morocco. So I think Boston thought that that ball was going to probably go over, and let it go and gave New York a transition opportunity there. Now instead it's back to the Cannons, and Drew Adams gets a save on the shot from Tom Moore.
Well, game's starting to pick up here a little bit. You're starting to tell these teams are getting some more energy, getting familiar with each other. The transition is there. Both goalies making some big saves on some good shooters, so things are starting to pick up here in the middle of the second quarter.
There's Perkovic. Looking for Pennell, who's got it on the top. Pennell tries to dump it inside for Stanwyck. Tough pass there. Got deflected out, though, by New York. Halfway through this second quarter. 5-4 Cannons. Head coach Sean Quirk, whose team right now 3-8 on the season. Trying to beat New York, though, for the second time this year. And the player got hit in the back there in the pass from Moore, looking for Den. No flag, no call.
No flag, no call. Lizard ball.
Now it's Jeff Ray, number 12 for the Lizards. And now over to Walters, and bounces it here for Pat Frazier. Nicky Galasso checks in. See him here for the first time tonight. 15 for New York. Ocassio's got it though right now. Jamison over the top from Manny. Looking inside in front for Justin Ray. Can hold on to it. Cannon's the other way. Boston. 2-point try on the way. Save from Adams on the shot from Fahey. Big play there. Look at Drew. He's taking a few shots tonight.
Yeah, that last shot was an absolute laser.
2-point try here from Ocasio for New York, and the same thing the other way. Morocco gets the save for Boston.
Getting tired just watching this transition lacrosse. These guys are doing some running.
Do it again. Adams another save, and the shot this time from Tom Kennedy. Right back the other way as Manny now going to hold it up.
And this is how lacrosse is supposed to be played.
Right.
This is what it was designed for. Get up and down, be athletic, run in between the lines and play transition. This is exactly how the creators meant for this game to be played.
Steve, you know it's coming in the college game. Look at the shot clock in there. It's all going to be good, right? Next step. I mean, we love this. You know, you got this opportunity here. You got to shoot 60 seconds. You got the 2-point shot. I mean, it's so fun, and the game does move, like you said. There's a lot more scoring, though. Of course, that's because of the talent level, but I think the college adapts that, shot clock. They'll be all right, too.
It highlights the athleticism of some of these guys and these players.
Oh, what a play. A steal and a score. That's Tinney on the interception, and we're tied at 5.
Can't turn it over in the clearing game, especially when your goalie is out of the net. Just a sloppy pass. Got to see Tinney there. He's able to finish. I think you and I could have finished that one. I don't know about lefty. I definitely could have finished it righty, but maybe lefty.
Well, I certainly could have finished. I mean, you played. You could finish anywhere. I would have gotten that one, though. You're right. You get thrown on me like that. You could have got that one, Mike, right? Yeah. I could have. Well, I remember doing the MAC championship game this year where on a face-off in overtime.
Yep.
Guy won the face-off trying to go back to his goalie, got intercepted, and the goal was scored. And
it's a tough goal. It's a tough goal to give up for sure.
Yep. I always, when you watch, and there's times where it just happens, and it's part of the game where your goalie's out of the cage or things are happening, and you always wonder, oh, what's he doing? He's out of the cage. I mean, those are the kind of things that happen. When they move around like that, now this ball.
It's like when Eli Manning throws a pick, and you say, the guy was covered. How did he not see him?
Right.
But it happens. Game moves so fast.
Yep. Oh, it does. I mean, that's where that Monday morning quarterback phrase comes in. Of course, you know all the end results. You would have made a different play, but at the time, they didn't see it. Manny misfires. And whose ball is that going to be? It's going to stay with New York. So over there was Ray. Sean Quirk's not happy with it for Cannons. Zacassio's got it. Behind the net for Manny. Manny works his way in front. Trying to get away from the defender, can't do so. And up top now for Galasso. There's that kick it to himself. Not going to make the play, though. And look out. Boston. 2-point try. Adams on the save and the shot from Mitch Belize. So what a play there from Adams, who's come up with a couple of big-time 2-point shot saves here in this first half.
And that was a bad. Didn't really get much on it. Didn't really have his feet set. And Drew was able to see that the whole way.
Now Walters. Shoots, save Morocco. And he's had a real nice night tonight as well. I mean, as evident of this tie game right now at 5 apiece, goalkeepers have played well, and we've got just 2:35 to go in this first half. See what happens here for the Cannons on the offensive end. Cal Dirth now up top for Zed Williams, looking for a hat trick tonight, already with 2 goals. The pick from Pennell, shots off the mark. Shaq Stanwyck puts it back in. Denhoff. Flag flies. Every official has thrown a flag here now. A New York penalty on the way. Pennell backing his way in, fires and scores. Oh, what a shot. James Pennell connects. Team leader in goals, has his second tonight. And Boston's back in front. (6-5) Boston, back in a moment. Cannons lead at 6-5 here over New York with 1 minute and 52 seconds to play in this first half. The 2018 Major League Lacrosse Championship game is set for Saturday, August 18th in Charleston, South Carolina. We'll find out who's going to be the champions this year. Face-off is set for 7 p.m. Eastern. For tickets and information, go to MajorLeagueLacrosse.com today. Talking about that earlier. Are you going to be down there for that?
I'm going to be in Charleston.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll make it. It's my vacation.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going to get away from lacrosse for a week.
Can you do that? Can you be away from lacrosse for a little while?
I am going to be away from lacrosse for a while. Yes, sir.
How about the first time these two teams met on the lacrosse field? Boston 15-13. This is back on June 23rd, and they're playing with confidence again here tonight, trying to get a sweep of the Lizards and really put a hurt to their playoff chances.
Yeah, and you took a look at that New York stat sheet. Rob Pennell with 6 goals. Paul Rabel had 6 points that night, and both those guys not here tonight. So Cannons up 1 here with 1:52 to go. The one thing, though, I think you'll like, if you're the Lizards, even though you're down 1, if it's going to be a close game, you've really won and dominated the face-offs. That'll play a key part as we get down the stretch. And obviously you got the veteran Drew Adams, so you trust him making saves late in the game. Still plenty of game left here. Both teams probably feel comfortable where they're at.
Timeout Boston. Minute 41 to go. First half. 6-5 Cannons. Joe Spallina and the Lizards. I mean, they had, that real tough year last year where they were right there on the cusp again and just missed out on the postseason. Now trying to, make it happen this time around. But Yeah, they got off to a little bit of a tough start. They lost 3 games in a row earlier in the season. And, here's a couple of guys that when you don't have them, obviously, you're going to be in a battle. I mean, look at all the points that they're missing right now with these 2 playing in the World Games.
Yeah, that's a big part of the offense, especially with Paul moving down to attack this year for this team and this unit. And they just create mismatches. They make it very difficult in defense. Off ball, you have to slide to those guys and know where they are at all times. So it just changes the whole dynamic of your offense when you remove those 2 guys.
I mean, this year, of course, with the World Lacrosse Championships adds a whole nother thing into the mix. But when you think about, everything that MLL goes through in a season, I mean, initially it's sometimes guys are playing indoor, then they're coming here, they're playing both. And it's coming over mid-season. You got the draft, and when they're done playing college, and they're coming over, they're working their way in.
Correct.
And then this year, you've got everybody over the World Games. I mean, it's hard to get some consistency, throughout the season the way things are structured.
Yeah, and the more stars you have, the more it affects you. And with New York, what do they have, 6, 7 guys over there right now? So
6 guys.
Yeah, so the better the team is, the more it affects you and hurts you here during this week. But again, a little over a minute left. They're only down by 1 at home. Still got plenty of time here. You can get a win here. But yeah, it definitely hurts not having your stars.
Actually, 7, you're right. Morris, the goalkeeper, is over there as well. Here's a shot that's off the mark by Turry, backed up by the Cannons, and Stanwyck puts it back in with a minute to go. 6-5 Boston. Good game going on here, though. Pennell. Shot clock. Look out. Shot. Save Adams. Rebound is loose in front. Turry over the top of the cage, and there's Stanwyck again. So now the shot clock is off. Boston's got it with 45 seconds to go. All right, so 28.3 seconds left now. And under 20 seconds to go first half. Can New York get something going here? Marasco. Ooh, held up and hit in the face. Here comes a flag. And the Lizards have it. They can hold on to it here. Get a penalty call coming up. And Manny swings it. Ray shoots and scores. Look out. Justin Ray connects with 2.8 seconds left first half. Tied at 6.
Great recognition here from New York. Knew that they had the penalty going in to halftime, so they could be a little aggressive here. And looks down, fires that right-handed, able to beat the goalie, get this thing tied up with 2.8 left here in the first half.
And the first of the season for Justin Ray, who's in action here tonight. The Albany graduate. And this will shape up to be one fun and exciting second half between these two. Close-knit game. A lot of the players out for both teams. I mean, it would have been even if they were here, but now it's, a chance for some others to step up in this matchup. And it's been pretty even, as evident of the score. 2.8 seconds to go. Face-off violation. New York guns it all the way down there from the top. And that was Troy Ray who almost had it. And that's the end of the first half. So it's Boston 6 and New York 6. After all that, what'd you think here, Steve? Pretty good.
Very, very good first half. We said it early on. I think it took some time for those guys to get used to each other, get some chemistry with some of the new guys in the lineup, and then you saw it late in that second quarter. Things started to heat up, transition. Both teams were up and down, and the offenses start to come alive. So, again, expect an exciting, very close second half between these two teams.
Huge game here for New York, trying to go to 6-6 and stay in the hunt for the playoffs, as head coach Joe Spallina joins us now here. Coach, nice job by the end of that first half. You guys got the goal to tie it up. What's your feeling right now? You got a lot of guys out, of course. How do you think your team's operating so far? Coach, can you hear us? I don't think Joe's able to hear us right now. We'll try to get back with him at another time before the start of the second half. But the New York Lizards are tied up now with the Boston Cannons at 6. We're at the break here from Hempstead, New York, on the campus of Hofstra University. We'll be back with more at the half here between the Lizards and the Cannons.
What's up, lacrosse fans? Have you heard? LAC Sports Network is now free. You can enjoy over 150 live games, including all of the MLL regular season and over 200 hours of original content. Check us out at lacsportsnetwork.com or download the LSN app. Available on iOS, Android, Roku, Chromecast, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Xbox. It's all free, so what are you waiting for?
the Major League Lacrosse Championship.
Don't feel sorry for yourselves.
Our underlying theme throughout the whole season was just find a way. Find a way to make it happen.
In 2015, New York sat atop the lacrosse world. 2016 was the year of the Outlaws. And 2017 saw a takeover by the machine. Who will get their hands on the Seinfeld Trophy in 2018? Find out on August 18th when the new MLL champion is crowned in Charleston, South Carolina. Tickets are on sale now at MajorLeagueLacrosse.com.
Mike Corey alongside Steve Panarelli as we welcome you back to New York. We're tied at 6, Boston and New York getting ready for the second half. Sean Cork, the head coach for Boston, joins us now. Coach, you're taking this first half. You're a tight ball game. I know you're without a few guys, so are they. What do you think here so far going into the second half?
Yeah, I thought offensively we did a pretty good job controlling the tempo of the game. Riding, we did a really good job in that first quarter, getting some turnovers and, some goals off of that. And defensively, our matchups are working out pretty well, and just got to keep battling that second half.
Coach, I think the only thing that you guys maybe struggle with, face-off X, anything you guys can do there to try to create some more wins?
Yeah, Casey's tying up their guy pretty well. Our wing play's got to get a little bit better with those poles. We're going to continue to double pole the wings and make those 50-50 ground balls hopefully go our way.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
All right, Sean Cork joins us here from the Boston Cannons as we are tied at 6. You mentioned the faceoffs there. Thomas Kelly, 10 of 14 in the first half. And going up against Casey Dowd as we get set for the start of the second half here. Once again, that matchup. And a big game here tonight. Can the Lizards go to 6-6 and keep their playoff hopes alive as the end of this regular season is nearing? For Boston, 3-8 right now, tied for last place, but they're trying to beat the Lizards for the second time this season. Second half is underway. Dowd wins the faceoff, flips it over to his teammate Fahey, and now for Pennell, an extra pass down low, back up top. Fahey shoots and scores. What a start to the second half for Boston.
What a great play all the way from the face-off X. Just some excitement that they have numbers and then able to finish and get his first goal of the season.
Fahey's had a really nice game here tonight with all the action that he's had and what he's presented, for this Boston Cannons team, and now gives them the lead 7-6.
Yeah, he's been great for them tonight, and Coach talked about it, the double polling, the face-off, and the face-off guy, Casey Dowd, his only job is just to jam him and make it a 50-50 ground ball, which so far here in the second half, even though he lost, they've done a nice job of that so far. And here's another turnover.
Yeah, New York, after winning it, though, is going to throw it away, and that goes just out of bounds as Pennell let it go. New York tried to keep it back in there. Pafani. That'll be Pennell to start it back up. Flips it to Perkovic, and second half gets underway in a solid fashion for Boston. Perkovic, reversing direction, gets in front of the defender, shoots, and that's off the mark. Shaq Stanwyck. Haven't heard too much from Shaq tonight. Number 8 for Boston. Perkovic, here comes the slide. He takes it all the way up close to midfield. Now over to Justin Turry. The captains for the Cannons. Turry gets a step, fires away, save Adams, his 10th of the night. Now Walters on a little stutter step, shoots and scores. What a move from Joe Walters. And we're tied at 7.
Part of Joe's game that he doesn't get enough credit for. He is pretty quick. He's smart. He's aware of the defenseman's position, realizes that he's got Perkovic on him, out of position, not used to playing defense, attacks the short stick right away. And the one thing you can't let happen is you cannot let Joe Walters get to his left hand. He loves his left hand. Got to force him down the alley, force him to his right. But there he gets top side. It's an easy play for Joe Walters.
That's 2 for Walters tonight, 2 for Tinney. Locascio, Marasco, and Ray, Justin Ray, each have a goal for New York as well. And Kelly wins the faceoff. That's now 12 for 17 tonight for the faceoffs in favor of New York. 2 of 3 to start this second half as we're 2 minutes in. Now it's Locascio. He shoots, save Morocco. And that is now 8 saves on the night for him. Boston in transition. And New York ready for it. A little bit of contact, no call, and they come up with a turnover. Gives us a good chance here now at this point, Steve, to kind of give some credit to Joe Keegan of Moneyball Lacrosse. Does a really good job with some really cool stats that have come out, and he puts this all together. A real good storyline here tonight. New York's transition defense against Boston's transition offense. You know, we've seen it a few times here tonight. As this flag flies, and gets on top now for Walters. And ball high into the air here on the save. Let's get this penalty call in a moment, and then we'll get to this stat. Let's get the call here first.
Guys. Wait, 5, 7, push, 30 seconds.
All right, so a 30-second penalty. Keegan's stat here, Steve, was that, you know, Boston has the worst fast break assist to turnover ratio in MLL and really kind of an average shooting percentage. New York has allowed 33 fast break goals, which is tied for the most in major. And, you know, they've struggled to kind of beat opponents back. What have we seen? Maybe one fast break, you know, goal by Boston here tonight? I mean, they've done a better job of that.
Yeah, just one goal. And in this league, you've got to be able to score in transition.
Yeah.
I think that's a big reason why Boston maybe has struggled in the bottom of the standings. It's a fast-paced game. It's an up-and-down type of game. And you can get goals in 6-on-6, but you got to find other ways to score as well, especially when you're talking high-scoring games. So that's definitely been part of their struggle for sure.
Down low, Will Manny, and he converts. And New York is in front. Will Manny on his first goal tonight.
And right here, good ball movement from New York. Joe Walters right there. Nice quick stick from Manny. Gets himself into position, gets himself into that skip lane. Good recognition from the quarterback, Walters, recognizing where his receiver was going there and able to get the pass to him.
One of the best plays of the night so far on that feed, as you said, from Walters to Will Manny, a Major League Lacrosse leading 37th goal of the season now. And it's New York's first lead since it was 1-0 as they go in front now 8-7. Tie up here, spinning around on this face-off with Kelly and Dowd. Call going against Kelly for New York, and it's going to be Boston possession as they find themselves down by 1 here for the first time in quite some time. But you know, we've been within a 2-goal game every step of the way here tonight, 4 minutes into this third quarter. This is Cal Dirth. Got it knocked out of a stick from behind by Joel Tinney, who makes a defensive play for the Lizards. And a whistle and a flag comes flying in here. as Kerrigan took a shot for New York. Got hit down with possession, and a penalty coming up on Boston. The hold call. Tom Moore.
Not sure if it was a hold.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Every time I see that, I mean,
I thought it was a push from behind.
Push,
I thought it was a push from behind, if anything.
Yeah, they call that. I was watching something the other day, some highlights of a game, and somebody just got pushed and went down. They call a hold. 30 seconds for New York.
Just take a look at that penalty.
Could have been a slash.
Could have been a slash, could have been a push.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a hold.
Instead, New York, though, is going to capitalize, and they convert, and that is going to be Jamison. Cody Jamison scores. 88 for the Lizards.
Well, that's one thing Cody can do, that's score. He's one of the best finishers to ever play the game. Not much of an angle there, but that's just an easy play for him. Comes from that box style lacrosse with those 6x6 nets. Looks so huge in this outdoor game, and just a nice play from Jammer.
How about the feed from Will Manny, too, behind the back, flip to Jamison for his first of the season.
Yeah, you don't get impressed by around the back passing. It's so part of the game, you know. These guys are so good, and it's become a part of the game. It started with guys like, you know, Gary Gade, and then down to John Grant Jr. and then the Thompson brothers, things they're able to do with their stick, and then these young guys just imitate them and they just add to it, and some of the stick work, you know, even before with Pinnell scoring that backhanded goal. I mean, these are all things that have come into the game over the last few years, and you know, everybody can do it now.
What it does, though, is it happens so quick, and you're not ready for plays like that. And that's how he's been able to do it, how everybody's been able to do that and use that to their advantage.
Correct. You know, it's sometimes the behind the back is the right play.
Right.
You know, you can't get it to your opposite hand. You've got to get it out of your stick quick, and the only way to do it is to go behind your back. And, you know, I think the traditionalist of a few years ago, you know, would look at that and think it's a fancy play, but it's really not.
No,
it's just
not.
It's the right play. That's what you have to do, and you have to be able to throw those passes to play, you know, offense in you know, the MLL or the high, you know, D1 level.
Flag down the play. Walters on the shot that's off the mark. Another penalty, though, coming up here on Boston. And that just shows the vision, too, from a guy like Will Manny, who knows where his teammates are at all times and knows how to get it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Penalty on Boston. It'll be an extra man opportunity for the Lizards when we come back as they lead it 9-7 here in the third.
We built this cleat for the player who works tirelessly, day in and day out. We built it for the player who pushes their body to the limits, all to get that extra step. We built it for the player who wants speed. We built it for her.
Gone into a locker room at 2-6.
You're almost thinking that the season's over.
Back-to-back weeks now that Denver surrendered 20-plus goals, and they will have to clean things up if they want to turn this season around.
I didn't think we were going to really get to the playoffs. No one thought we would make it to the championship.
This could be the beginning of something pretty special for the Denver Outlaws.
And that's it! For the second time in 3 years, Denver does it!
New York Lizards have scored 3 in a row. They were down 7-6 and now up by 2 here with 9:37 to play in the third quarter. Taking a look at some of the top players in the league. You're looking at the #1 guy there in scoring, Will Manny, here for the New York Lizards. Can tack on 1 to that total. Now has a league-leading 37 on the season as he just scored a few moments ago here for New York.
Yeah, some impressive guys on that list right there, and to be the top of that, he was the MLL All-Star Game MVP. He's had a great season so far. I think not making the team was some extra motivation for him coming into this summer, and he's played like a man on a mission, and has been, just been so valuable to this New York team.
No, I agree with you. I know there's only, so many spots. There's always going to be somebody that you could have said, probably should have been on that team. But I agree with you. I don't know how, Will Manny was not, part of that mix. I mean, the way he's played and how much he's meant to this team, and really the kind of guy that he is too. We love talking to him. He's just one outstanding individual.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's a coach, so he's having another coach out on the field, and his athleticism, and like you said, he's a very unselfish player. Anybody would like to have Will Manny on their roster. Plus, he's from Long Island.
Right.
So,
you gotta be good with that. Here's another shot from the top, and that's Walters. Saved there, Morocco. Got a piece of it also. I think it hit the post. And Boston trying to go out the other way. Of course, it certainly helps if you're from Long Island and you can play here on Long Island, so you don't have to deal with the Belt Parkway.
Correct.
Most of the time. That's always a good thing.
GW and any other bridge you want to name.
Saves about 5 hours of your life. Here's a shot to score, and Boston coming back here, and it's Pennell, and they're within 1. 8:41 still to go in the third.
Talking Manny here, but go the other side. Boston's best attackman is Pennell. His third goal here of the night. Right here off of that pick, little two-man game, finds himself right there in the middle of the field. Catch New York in transition. They weren't man-to-man yet. They weren't all evened up. Good recognition of having some numbers there, and Pennell's able to take advantage of it.
Feel like this one's going to come down right to the end here in this game. The way it is the way it's been back and forth. As we said, no more than a 2-goal separation the entire night. Was 9-7 New York. Now back to a 1-goal game. Dowd had a chance at it for the moment. Instead, it's Kelly. Kelly is going to flip it back over to Adams.
I've said it before, that could be the difference. That face-off, as we get later here in the game, under a minute, 2 minutes, it's going to be a crucial spot when you're going to need a face-off, whether you're up by a goal or game's tied. You're going to need that possession, that ball, and that face-off could be critical.
Kind of shows, though, what Boston's been able to do, without some of those possessions, though, here tonight, Steve, because, I mean, they've lost 75% of the face-offs, and they're in a 1-goal game.
Correct. Yeah, a lot of credit for the way they've played thus far, outside of the face-off game. They've outplayed New York. And have been able to keep this game close.
Walters trying to swing it back down to Manny, cutting in front there, and it's going to be a turnover. Halfway through the third. Look at Manny going after it. Morocco, well out of the cage. Gives it up here for Williams. Chance for the Cannons to tie it up or perhaps take the lead on a 2-pointer. Perkovic, a guy that could take one of those. Right around that line, dumps it off now for Turry. Turry tries to feed the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. Troy Ray's got it for New York. He was looking that time for Tom Moore. Move there at the midfield, and working it over for the Lizards. That time was Alex Spring, 92. That's Henny back in, up top here for Ocasio. Fires away, save Morocco. And has it, look out, this could be trouble. Morocco's getting crushed, lost the ball. It goes to the sideline. It's kept in by Will Manny. Morocco's well out of the cage. And Manny, there was just nowhere he could go with a pass. No one was even available on that far side. It gave Morocco a chance to get back in front of the net.
Give Boston a lot of credit getting out to the two-point shooters, right? You got to get out to those guys with your goalie out of the net. They did a good job of extending up top there and taking away any passing opportunity for Will. And again, form there and now get possession. So that was a good play, good recognition by the defenseman to step out to that two-point line and not to let anybody be open.
No doubt. Then they get the ball back on the turnover. So it worked out here for the Cannons. Down by 1 still. 5:35 and ticking, third quarter. Perkovic's got it. Fighting through a double team, a triple team almost now coming down. Behind the net here for Stanwyck. It up top, Denhoff. And now Moore. Fights through, spins, fires away, save Adams. What a play. Picked up now by Buffoni for New York.
Great dodge from Moore. Good shot, but an even better save from Drew Adams. That was a great play all around.
Now, wasn't it, right? I mean, absolutely what you just said right there. I thought somebody's going to get that, but boy, Adams has come up with some timely plays and timely saves that New York has needed. Now it's Walters shooting and scoring to put New York back in front by 2. Hat trick tonight for Joe Walters.
And that's his spot. That's where he loves to shoot from. Loves to post up from that lefty wing there. And again, doing a great job here tonight. Watch. Going to take a look. Marasco, he loves that lefty spot. Able to get his third of the night and give him a 2-goal lead.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. The pinnacle of protection, comfort, Cascade, passion to protect.
In 2015, New York sat atop the lacrosse world. 2016 was the year of the Outlaws. And 2017 saw a takeover by the Machine. Who will get their hands on the Seinfeld Trophy in 2018? Find out on August 18th when the new MLL champion is crowned in Charleston, South Carolina. Tickets are on sale now at MajorLeagueLacrosse.com.
Joe Walters is predictable. He's easy to guard.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out. He's a one-trick pony.
Joey Sankey's too small. Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
New York's on top 10-8 here. 4:49 to go in this third quarter from Hempstead, New York. Fans, Lax Sports Network is your home coverage of Major League Lacrosse. Every Wednesday afternoon, make sure to check out MLL Press Pass, the only place to hear from all the coaches as they talk about the last week and get ready for their next opponent. MLL Press Pass every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern only on Lax Sports Network. Good to have you with us here tonight on LSN. Mike Corey alongside former college national champion from Syracuse and MLL All-Star Steve Panarelli here with you from Hempstead, New York, as it's a 2-goal lead for the Lizards. And they get the face-off, but losing the handle. It's a ground ball kicked up near midfield and picked up on the run by the Cannons. Good opportunity here to get one back. Pennell. Stanwyck in front and spinning and shooting that time almost on the goal there. They had a chance at it. James Fahey, who's had a really nice night, does have a goal here tonight for Boston. What do you think here for the Cannons on the offensive set, possessions here? What have you liked and what do they need to do here?
I think all around they've played pretty well as a team. keeping the ball moving, keeping it hot. I like Perkovic. He's been able to draw the slide. I'd like to see him maybe get out of his stick a little bit quicker when that slide comes and try to catch him on the backside. Obviously, Pinnell's been good for them with some creativity. I think guys like Stanwyck are going to have to step up, maybe start to draw some double teams and start to get going here a little bit.
Perkovic fires away. It's off the mark.
I think they've been very patient tonight as well. You know, early in the game they let a couple of shot clocks run all the way down.
That's right.
Didn't get great, but for the rest of the game so far, they've used a lot of clock, but yet been timely dodges and getting off good looks late in the clock, and I think that's been to their benefit too, especially with the way the face-offs have been going. The ball possession has been critical for them.
That was a good one right there to Tom Moore. Had a really good opportunity. Moore again in front, and now that's going to go over to New York. Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Yeah, both teams kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start there. Then we had a fury of goals late in the first quarter. They're tied at 6 at the half. 2.5 to go here in the third. Tinney spins back around. Morocco on the save.
Morocco's had a good night tonight as well. He's made some big saves, a couple outside bombs, and some in-tight shots, and he's done a nice job with the ball handling as well. So he's had a really nice night here for Boston.
Cannon's on the cutter and right through the middle and scoring, getting hit and going down as well too, and that was Kyle Denhoff, and we've got a 1-goal game.
Good job here from Denhoff. Nice cut here. Knows he's going to get hit. Knows he's got pressure all around him, but able to get that ball out of his stick and finish under pressure, and get the Cannons back within 1. So really nice play by Denhoff, and again, having a lot of pressure on him on the inside there. Sticks and bodies flying all over the place, and he's able to get it off and finish past Drew Adams.
Call going against New York now, so Boston with this face-off and with under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter have a chance to tie it up. Perkovic steps in. Got Turry out there with Moore, Pinnell, Stanwyck, and Williams. The attacking midfielders right now for the Cannons. Perkovic. Moore tried to pass it, it got intercepted, and the Lizards have it. Troy Ray. And over to Justin Ray. Now Galasso steps in. On the feed, Nicky Galasso. Extra pass, Walters trying to find Manny, and they get that play set up where Manny comes into that spot there, Steve. They have been kind of unsuccessful, though, a couple of times getting it to him, though, tonight.
Yeah, in transition, he's hanging out at X and watching that play develop and coming around. I think Walters, could have took that shot.
Yeah.
Obviously, hindsight's 20/20, but could have took that shot. Obviously, understand why he's throwing it to Manny coming around, but I think you could trust Joe Walters from that position. That's the spot he loves to shoot from. But either way, turnover, and now the Cannons have final possession here in the third.
Williams going to spin his way in. Gets pushed behind the net. Here's Pinnell. Pinnell fires away, top right off the mark, and good job the race after it there to get closest to the backup was Moore. Shot clock and the game clock virtually even here. Moore for Denhoff. And over the top. And they're going to Keep it with the Cannons. 6 seconds left. Williams shoots. Adams, big save, rebound, and New York's got it, and that's the end of the third. So 3 in the books here tonight in this close-knit matchup. New York, Boston. We head to the fourth with a 1-goal game after this.
Fakes in front. Long shoots, he scores! The Outlaws are 2016 Major League Lacrosse champions.
So that's a long off season. Definitely a devastating loss. Probably the toughest loss I've ever had in my career.
To be so close, you're getting closer and closer, and then you're gonna have it pretty much ripped away from you.
It tests you.
What I took from it is we're a championship caliber team.
This is a team that had built itself, had gotten to the playoffs, had back-to-back opening round losses. Get to the championship game. To me, the only goal for this machine team in 2017 was to finish it off.
And there it is! For the first time in franchise history, the Ohio Machine has won the Major League Lacrosse championship.
Don't feel sorry for yourselves.
Underlying theme throughout the whole season was just find a way. Just find a way to make it happen.
That's a great shot of a half moon here tonight from one of our outstanding camera guys, Dylan DeForest, out there here with us here tonight in New York among our great crew here on LSN. Our producer director Bob Johnson, Mike Corey, Steve Panarelli with you here tonight. Thanks for joining us. And a 1-goal game as we get ready to head to the fourth quarter. But how about Joe Walters and what he's done so far tonight for the Lizards, Steve?
Joe Walters has been dialed in from the outside. Talked about it before, about how accurate of a shooter he is, able to get himself to the middle of the field there, dodging past Perkovic. And then the last goal here is from one of his favorite spots on the field, that lefty rip. And like any great shooter, all those goals, changes the plane of his stick, shoots in different spots, always changing his angles. He never goes to the same place twice, and that's what makes him such a great shooter.
Walters has been very balanced this season. 20 goals, 20 assists coming in. He's got the 3 goals, has an assist tonight as well. And we head to the fourth quarter here at 10-9. In this close matchup, 2 goals has been the most separation we've had by either team here. And this faceoff will be won by the Lizards, up by Joel Tinney. Now the fourth quarter is underway. A lot on the line here tonight for New York. They're 5-6, trying to go to 6-6. They're just on the outside looking in right now, the playoff picture here in the MLL. Boston is in last place at 3-8. This game obviously meaning a lot more for New York here tonight, and see if they can pull it off at home. Shot on the way, it's Walters again. He does it right on cue. 4 goals tonight, and that's how the fourth quarter gets underway.
New York missing a lot of their stars on the offensive side with Rabel and Pennell missing, and the veteran Joe Walters has just put this offense on his back, and again posted up at his favorite spot right there. Step down shot, lefty, a different shot, it was a bouncer. So again, talking about the variation of his shot, always keeping the goalie guessing, and gets his 4th of the night.
Joe Walters, signed by the Lizards back in 2016, is an 8-time MLL All-Star. And 4 goals tonight has put them back in front by 2, 11-9. Now the big ground ball picked up. It's Alex Spring, and they're going to call going against New York there.
Yeah, loose ball, a little interference there.
Okay.
Little man ball action.
Minute gone by, 4th quarter. 2-goal lead for New York. Williams gets a step, fires away, and it's off to the left, and Stanwyck is back there on the backup.
Williams has been a guy that's created some mismatches here tonight. Get him involved maybe in a pick, get a short stick on him. He's had some nice action, creating his own shot. He's a guy that down the stretch here, Boston can maybe lean on to dodge a little bit and create.
Stanwyck. Couple extra passes. Here's Pennell. He shoots and he scores. So James Pennell has now put himself in the 4-goal category tonight. On the other side for Boston, back to a 1-goal game again.
And again, Boston's offensive leader, Pennell, doing a nice job here tonight. Does a good job here of just stepping to space after these slides get drawn. Does a good job of getting himself free, finding that space, and a nice shot going 5-hole on the goalie Adams. So Pennell's been hot tonight, got 4 goals already, and we still got 13:23 left here in the 4th.
Now Turry got the assist there on that play, and really good job too to stay out of the crease there on that first pass. You got to watch your footing. Able to get it over to Turry, and then Turry finds Pennell for the goal to make it 11-10. And even though at the faceoffs here, this one won initially by, they're going to take it away though by Boston, and now Pennell scoops it up and maintains possession of it. So there hasn't been that many of those clean scoop wins for New York, even though they've won close to 70% of the faceoffs here tonight. It's still a 1-goal game.
Still a 1-goal game, and I really like the kid Fahey. He's an unbelievable player. He's done a great job for them tonight on the wing, in transition, his one-on-one matchups. He's just done a great job. I've been really impressed with him. First time I got to see him play live, and he's just very, very impressive defenseman and just a great all-around player. My type of guy that could do it all.
Stanwyck. Perkovic was there to kind of set a pick and got pushed away by Jeff Ray for New York. 12:25 to go, 4th quarter. Boston down 1. Pennell tries to flip it and get it over to his teammate. It's off his stick, out of bounds there for Tom Moore. Coming up on 12 minutes to go now in the contest. Mike Corey, Steve Panarelli with you here tonight from Hempstead, New York. Your dad Lenny's with us up here in the booth, and I thought a great comment that he made here at halftime was that just said love watching some of these extra guys here really get some action here. We've got players missing for both teams, over in Israel for the World, but how about some of these other guys? They're unbelievable lacrosse players and are finally starting to see more time tonight.
Well, absolutely, taking full advantage of their opportunity here tonight. There's been some great action. Obviously, we talked about some of the stars missing, but these teams haven't got off to a little bit of a slow start, but then since then, it's been some entertaining lacrosse, and it just speaks to the depth of this game where maybe, when this league first started, if you take away those types of stars, the game may have dipped off a little bit, but nowadays there's so many guys that can play from so many places, and it's showing here tonight the depth of both of these teams.
Certainly not a huge drop-off, that's for sure. I mean, it's been high-level lacrosse here in this one, and a close ball game as well. 4 Minutes into this fourth quarter. Cannons down one with possession. Denhoff, bouncer, and Adams getting a piece of it. Now Stanwyck over to Turry. Turry, cross field. Pennell, look out, he's got it. James Pennell connects. 5 goals, and we are tied at 11.
2 in a row for Pennell. I talked about Joe Walters as a shooter, changing his shot, changing the angle of his stick, the plane of his stick, but give credit to Pennell. He's done that very well tonight. It's the opposite wing, the opposite side of where Joe likes to post up. Pennell, the righty, this has been his spot all night. He's thrown, he's gone high to low, and that time he goes high to high, sticks it in the corner, and beats the goalie Adams. James Pennell has been very good for Boston tonight and has really shot the ball extremely well.
It was Boston that was keeping the 1-2 goal lead there for most of that first half. New York came back in this third quarter with 3 in a row. The only time tonight we've had more than 2 in a row goals scored by a team, and they had gone up by 2, and now all of a sudden we're back tied again at 11 all. And this face-off is going to be picked up by Troy Ray for New York. And Kelly got banged up there a little bit after that. And he's coming over to the sideline. His left arm kind of dangling down there. Let's see if they attend to him, and they will. Let's see what that's going to do for New York next time we get a face-off.
Hopefully he's okay and can go, but if he can't, that will change the whole dynamic of this game. And there's Joe Walters again from that same spot where he's been hot all night. He's again carried this team offensively here tonight with the absence of Pennell and Rabel. He has been the answer, the veteran, the 8-time All-Star. Has been great for New York. And again, starts with Tinney. Good job here. Nice little underhand pass to Joe. And he's able to finish it high to high. So nice shot from Joe Walters.
Well, Walters is like, I don't know. I don't need James Pennell getting 5 goals. I've only got 4. Let me tie him back up here, and he gets 5 himself. So it's the Walters versus Pennell show here. New York, Boston. So now Kelly is out, the face-off man for the New York Lizards. So they're going to go with Troy Ray, who's at the face-off now. Number 18 hacking away, and he's going to get it. Oh, what a play. And New York, a big win at the faceoff with their man out, but then they're going to throw the ball way out of bounds, turnover. Oh, that was huge by Ray to get that faceoff, and then all of a sudden, to give it right back. We've got a timeout, and we've got one outstanding game going on here with New York and Boston. We'll be back. Still just over 10 minutes to go in the game. The Lizards lead it by 1.
Joe Walters is predictable. He's easy to guard.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out. He's a one-trick pony.
Joey Sankey's too small. Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. The pinnacle of protection, comfort, and Cascade, passion to protect.
In 2015, New York sat atop the lacrosse world. 2016 was the year of the Outlaws. And 2017 saw a takeover by the machine. Who will get their hands on the Steinfeld Trophy in 2018? Find out on August 18th when the new MLL champion is crowned in Charleston, South Carolina. Tickets are on sale now at MajorLeagueLacrosse.com.
One-goal game here tonight. How about this guy keeping Boston in it? James Pennell. He's got 5 goals here so far for the Cannons, Steve.
He's got 5. Going to need a few more here as Boston trails by a goal, but he's been unbelievable for this Cannon offense tonight. He's been the answer. Talked about how he's changed his shot location, keeping Drew Adams guessing. Been good from the outside right here off of a dodge. That little underhand goal. Probably the highlight goal of the day so far, of the night so far. And then again, it's really been off ball for him, putting in different spots. That time he goes off hip, stick side. And then again, off ball here, catching it in that spot that he loves to shoot from, goes low and away. So again, it's about changing your shot location, changing the angle of your stick, ball in the same place every time. And he's done a nice job of switching it up and mixing it up on the goalie Adams tonight.
We are now under 10 minutes to play in the game. 1-goal game. Manny got it knocked out of his stick. Perkovic's got it for Boston. And off of the stick here, Fahey. New York, oh, in transition, Manny had a chance there, but again couldn't corral it.
And that's one he'll be kicking himself for later. It's like in football when they say if you get your hands on, you got to catch it. If you get your stick on it, got to control. That's one that he always picks off, but Cannon's ball down 1.
I mean, he'll probably be the first to tell you on a few of those feeds for him cutting from behind X that he kind of had him. And here's a shot and a score from Williams. And Zed Williams has tied it at 12. And he's a guy that's had a really nice night. That's a hat trick for Zed Williams tonight.
All of his goals have been basically stationary, using the defender as a screen. Watch this play here. He's not really dodging all that much, just a little bit of movement. And again, using the defender as a screen. All his goals have looked the same tonight. None of them are on the run, not catching it off of a pass. It's just a little bit of movement, a little bit of a half dodge, and then just using that defenseman. Goals look exactly the same, just like they looked in that last replay.
Yeah, I agree with you. We've seen a lot of that from him tonight. You almost wonder if more players would do that with that in mind. I mean, sometimes it doesn't look like a good shot, but if you got the goalie blocked like that, I mean, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, you just got to be smart when you pick your time and pick your spot, but so far he's been good.
I mean, you still have to have skills. I mean, to be able to whip it around the guy like that, still have enough on it and have enough placement too.
That's correct. Enough on it. You know, when you're flat-footed, sometimes falling away, it's hard to get any juice on a shot. But so far tonight, he's been able to do that.
We're tied again, 12-all here. Walters feeding the cutter. It's Tenney. Spins back. Dangerous pass in front, and there, Jamison, who does have 1 goal tonight, not there on the shot, but Manny will put it back in.
Jamison's the type of guy that you could just throw it into him. He's got great hands. He's used to playing that indoor game with all that pressure on him. If he shows you his stick, just get it close, and he'll be able to handle and probably get a shot off.
Yeah, it looked a little dicey, but you're right. He was able to get an opportunity there on that one. Here's a pass that is going to end up going out of Boston. Good long pass on the clear here. Tom Kennedy, look out. Cutting through here, Matt Bertram's shoots, save, Adams. How many times has Adams gone down low like that to make the play here tonight for New York? Dangerous pass on the clear, but the Lizards still have it. Now Manny directing traffic now. Has got Walters out there. Missing. Justin Ray. Jojo Marasco. Nicky Galasso. Flag flies. Marasco. Up to Walters. Penalty coming up on Boston. Free play here, if you will, for the Lizards. In front, Jamison. And almost.
And that's one that Jamison usually finishes right there, but he's going away from his body. Unable to put it on net. Great feed from Walters.
Personal foul, 18 white, slash, 1 minute. 18 white, slash, 1 minute.
Tim Edwards called for this one for Boston.
Take a look there.
I don't know about that.
Didn't see that one, especially in this league.
Yeah, that's a tough one if you're Boston, and this is a big opportunity here for the Lizards now with a minute on the extra man to go in front here once again. Walters, here's Locascio. That's a two-pointer, and it got taken away. Oh, what a play here. Look out, Fahey. He's had a solid night. How did that happen?
He just put his stick right in the shooting lane right there. Match stick for stick, able to pick it off right out of his stick. So nice play from the kid Fahey. He's been very, very good tonight. Out in transition, good off the ground, handled the ball extremely well.
He's got a goal. He's
done a little bit of everything for Boston here tonight. Been great off of the wings for them on face-off, so he's done an excellent job for the Cannons.
It's going to be a fun final 6 minutes here. Tied at 12. Boston possession. Williams spinning. Trying to fire it back over to Pennell. It got intercepted, and a penalty flag is down on the field. It was prior to that. It's going to be on New York. All right, so another slash. This time on the Lizards. On Troy Ray, so here we go. Boston now. They've got a minute to work with on the extra man. Terry. Pennell, look out, he scores. What a night. 6 goals for James Pennell, and Boston leads it 13-12.
I don't know how many more times I could say it, but that's his spot. That's where he loves to shoot from. And again, they get him on that skip pass. He's got time and room. He's able to see a good portion of the net. Goes 5-hole again on Adams. So 6 goals here tonight. I think 4 of them were from that exact spot that he just scored right there. So an impressive shooting display from James Pennell.
Unreal. 5:21 to go. And of course, his older brother, Rob Pennell, with Team USA right now, would have been on the other side for the Lizards. And I'll go up against him. Doesn't have the opportunity to do that, but I'm sure is thrilled with all the attention now that he's getting here tonight with the 6 goals. Putting on one display to be talked about for the Boston Cannons as they lead at 13-12.
New York here, I'm attacking short sticks. Going with a guy like Jojo Marasco, possibly a Nicky Galasso, but attacking those short sticks, drawing the slide.
Oh, driving in. Tenney ties it back up.
And there it was, Tenney attacked the short stick, able to get down the alley and finish left-handed. So again, New York attacking the short stick here. Watch Tenney going to get underneath the defenseman, able to keep it in his left hand. Does a nice job on a low angle and tie the game up with 4:43 left in the fourth.
We built this.
What's up, lacrosse fans? Have you heard? LAC Sports Network is now free. You can enjoy over 150 live games, including all of the MLL regular season and over 200 hours of original content. Check us out at lacsportsnetwork.com or download the LSN app. Available on iOS, Android, Roku, Chromecast, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Xbox. It's all free, so what are you waiting for?
For her.
$13 all here tonight. Boston and New York with 4 minutes and 43 seconds to go in this crucial contest. The playoff implications on the line for the Lizards. They've got a 12 Mountain Time. The Rattlers and the Outlaws should be a good one, and that's part of the playoff race as well, heading into the final 3 weeks of the season. Don't miss that one. Game of the week on ESPN Plus on Sunday. How about this one here tonight? You got Joe Walters with 5 goals for New York. You got James Pennell with 6 goals for the Cannons. That's some real battles of the face-off. Let's not forget, it was Thomas Kelly that got injured on a face-off a little while ago, and he was getting some attention over on the sideline, and now he is back in. Just fighting hard again. He lost his stick, knocked out of his hands. Cannons come up with a face-off. Zed Williams has it.
And that was Fahey who took that face-off, tied up the Lizard face-off guy, Tommy, and able to come away with the win. The kid has done it all tonight for Boston.
Probably just trying him out at every possible position, right?
Just put him on attack,
sure.
Put him in midfield, whatever. Just throw him out there, put him in goalie.
Make him a defensive midfielder if you want. Just
yeah,
try it out. Yeah. Moore has it now for Boston. Moore going down. No call, and it's New York getting the ground ball. Fans love the effort. It was Landis that time, Matt Landis. Boston Cannons players and staff wanted a call there, and sometimes it doesn't look too egregious, so you kind of like, oh, okay, I'll let it go, but then the other team gets the ball, and you're like, oh, darn, I probably should have called something, but it didn't happen that time. Here it is now. Here's Ray. Justin Ray up top now for Ocasio. Coming up on 3 minutes left. Ocasio tried to go on top for Walters. Ball got knocked away in midair. Now it's being pushed around on the ground by Boston, and they come up with it. Here's Pennell. Got to get a guy on him for sure. Stanwyck behind the net. Feeds it in front, and just trying to push it way in there was Larkin Kemp. Didn't get it to go. And New York right back the other way. Jamison.
And because of the shot clock, when you have a tie game under 3 minutes, every possession is so critical. You've got to take care of the ball. You can't throw those 50-50 passes. One that might get picked off or might turn into a goal. You got to be careful, got to be smart with the ball. Maybe not work for the first shot, but the best shot. And New York doing a good job of slowing it down here, using this clock and trying to work for a really good look, which was completely different from what Boston just had happen to him.
Nicky Galasso behind the net, 20 seconds to shoot here. It's over to Walters. Reversing direction, Walters shoots, and getting a piece of it there was Morocco. It's going to be New York ball. He checks the shot clock. Oh, he did not get a piece of it there. That shot was off, and Manny shoots and scores. Oh, what a shot from Will Manny, putting New York back in front, 14-13.
Huge goal from Will Manny, the Long Island native, giving New York a 1-goal lead with 1:54 left here in the fourth. Recognizes the shot clock, knows he's got to go. It's a pretty good lift there, but he just runs through that stick check. If you're a defenseman, you cannot rely on your stick to stop somebody. You've got to get your body in front of them. You've got to close the gate, as they call it, and get that guy going behind back to X. He runs through the stick, and he's able to finish left-handed.
And they're going to take a look at that last goal here. See if he got it off, before the shot clock expired. I mean, I think so.
Not gonna lie, I wasn't even thinking that, but you're right. That's probably what they're looking at right now.
I mean,
it was definitely short time.
So here's Manny, shot clock bottom left of your screen. It's, ooh, boy.
Ooh, tight. It's got to be conclusive, right?
It's good. That is close. I'm going to have to take a look at that one more time. I mean, a couple more times, to be honest with you. I mean, is it at 0 before the ball is out of his stick? Kind of tough to tell from that angle.
Maybe our guys can pause it. Pause it at 0, maybe.
Let's see.
Ooh, little.
Still in a stick. And does it get to 0? It's 0 right there.
I think it's still in his stick there.
And yeah, I don't see the ball out. That is tough to tell.
I don't think that's a good goal. I think it's still in his stick.
Now remember, it was called a goal on the field. So you will have indisputable video evidence that's going to overturn that call and say, okay, I could see it's still in a stick, or it's not in midair, it's not out of his stick. So that's, what they're looking at here to make sure that they have enough to overturn the call.
I don't know if they have the evidence, but this ball is still in the stick. Just from knowing lacrosse in the game right here, there's no way he has it out when this strikes 0. He's still in motion, shooting the ball. There's no way it's out yet.
I don't know if we can even say that, though, from looking at it from the back. If we had the angle from in front, I mean, there, it's 0. You see the orange ball, right? I mean, you see, right? 0. Is that ball coming out?
It's hard to tell because of those lines with the yellow.
We got to go. We got to go a little bit more. Yeah, right there, 0, and I can see right. Look to the right of his helmet, like on the right.
I think they're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna keep it. Like you're right. If we had the opposite side look, you might be able to see it a little bit more conclusive.
I'd almost focus just to the right of Will Manny's helmet. You see the black helmet, obviously, and just to the right of it, I can almost see that orange ball coming out right as you. Here, let's go here, and when you see 0, now hold up. You got to bring it back right to and freeze it. Like we had it a moment ago. I think it might be a good goal. Remember, they called it a goal on the field, so if they don't have enough, the call has to stand. And this is crucial with 1:54 to go.
Correct.
Would be a 14, or are they going to take it off the board? We will see.
I think it's going to stand.
Would be Manny's second. I thought previously, the goalie did not get a piece of it. So it wasn't going to be a shot clock reset, so we knew that. So then when Manny started it out, there was less than 5 seconds to go. We kind of had this angle of it from here, to be honest with you, in front of Manny from our vantage point up here in the press box.
Yeah.
And when I look down, I mean, we got the shot clock just to the left, so if you're kind of angling it there, I'm just kind of tracking it. I didn't think it expired before he got it through, and we're looking at the replay. It's obviously a lot closer there on that. Here we go. This could help. We've got to get the clock in there, though, to find out exactly what it's at when he does release it. So we need the shot clock there. We obviously don't have it. But see that?
Yeah, if you had the shot clock with this, then I think you'd be able to really tell.
Whoa. There we go. That. Mirror the shot clock with the shot from Manny. I just think at this point, if Let's try to take a look at that first angle again.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's perfect right there. Our
That's
crew's
gonna
doing
play.
an awesome job putting this together. There we go. Still 1 second. Yeah,
I think
he
it's
got it. You see, that's great. That's awesome work by our crew here tonight. Look at that. Ball was out of his stick. 1 second. Perfect. Yep. Great work, guys. That's a goal. That's a shot they need to see. And counted for Will Manning.
Yep. It was tight, but that last look that our guys were able to put together, that showed you that was a good goal. Give the Lizards a 1-goal lead here with just under 2 left. And again, this is when that face-off is really going to come into play. Cannon's got to try to slun here. See if our guy Fahey, who's had a great night, can find a way to turn this into a 50-50 ground ball and give his team possession because they desperately need it.
That's great work. So 14-13 now. New York leads it. (14-13). New York leads it. 1:54 to go. And a great crew back in our truck here tonight producing this one. Our producer director Bob Johnson, our technical director Brian Procopio. And how about our replay on that last one? Jen Buchanan.
Good job.
Everyone working together, putting that together. That was awesome.
Good
to
job,
see that.
Jen.
Yeah, nice work, everybody.
There's our guy Fahey with that much-needed ground ball and face-off win.
There we go.
Don't love the pass, but they're going to get away with it. Here we go.
Minute 40 left. 1-goal lead for New York. Spinning through Williams. Gets hit. Ball's loose. Picked back up by the Cannons. Turry's got it. Turry. And down to Stanwyck. Stanwyck feeding the cutter. Trying to look for Turry, and it's intercepted by Adams and goal.
But that's the right play. You want to play fast there because of the shot clock. You want to get a 2-for-1. You don't want to let it run all the way down. Then when New York got the ball back, they can milk the clock and end the game. So you got to play fast there. Got to get some kind of a shot off. Obviously, it looked like they rushed it a little bit, but you got to do that and play that 2-for-1. And then again, that way it doesn't give New York the ability to run the clock down to 0 and end the game. So that was a smart play. Now they need another defensive stop and a clear to give themselves a shot to get this thing tied up or even take the lead with a 2.
All right, so 40 seconds left, 15 on the shot clock. Here's Locascio running behind, being chased by Tom Kennedy. Just going to try to run this clock down and just going to flip it back there. And now we've got a timeout by New York.
Timeout, New York.
Major League Lacrosse on Lax Sports Network is brought to you by Coca-Cola and by Powerade. What's up, lacrosse fans? Have you heard? Lax Sports Network is now free. You can enjoy over 150 live games, including all of the MLL regular season and over 200 hours of original content. Check us out at laxsportsnetwork.com or download the LSN app. Available on iOS, Android, Roku, Chromecast, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Xbox. It's all free, so what are you waiting for?
It could be, but Boston's going to get the ball back. It was a good timeout there from Coach Spallina. I think that was smart. Talk about how you want to handle these last 27 seconds, but got a great look at that last Will Manning goal to give them that lead. Got it off, obviously, just in the nick of time. Had to look at it a few times, but great play, great awareness for him to know the shot clock was running down, the situation of the game, and able to finish left-handed.
I just still can't get over the great work by our crew to put that together with that shot clock down there at the bottom, and then having Manny and the angle we needed from the front side there, on that end zone camera, if you will, to get that shot of him. Nice work, everybody, and that was the difference to prove that that goal got off before the shot clock expired and has the Lizards on top 14-13. So 27.3 seconds to go. Now it's going to come down to defense for New York. And if they can hang on, they're going to go 6-6, and that's going to be huge to keep them in the playoff hunt. And so the shot clock is now expired.
Here we go. Now you got to clear it. Got to move fast here.
Boston, 18 seconds to work with. Down by 1, 14-13. Remember the two-pointer. They go for that. They can get the win. Perkovic, a guy that could shoot it from deep. 5 seconds left. Perkovic works his way in. He shoots. Adams got a piece of it. Clock's going to expire. Game is over. New York wins it. 14-13 over Boston. What a night for that guy, number 1, Joe Walters. Our Coca-Cola player of the game. 5 goals, 1 assist, helping New York en route to this 14-13 win here tonight. A huge pickup as we near the end of July.
Much needed win for New York, staying live in that playoff hunt. Talked about it during the broadcast, how they were missing some star power. Some guys on the defensive side, some guys on the offensive side. Much needed win at home here after dropping a game to Boston, who's in the last place team here in the MLL. So great win, great team win for New York. And again, Joe Walters was the guy that really carried them and led them to this victory here tonight.
And what a job by the Lizards. So they win it. 14-13, the final score here tonight. They improved to 6-6 on the season, split with the Cannons this year, and keeps them in the hunt for the MLL playoffs. That's going to do it for us here tonight. For our entire crew, doing a great job here from New York. For Steve Panarelli, I'm Mike Corey. Thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of Major League Lacrosse on Lax Sports Network. 14-13, the final. New York wins it over Boston.
What's up, lacrosse fans? Have you heard? Lax Sports Network is now free. You can enjoy over 150 live games, including all of the MLL regular season and over 200 hours of original content. Check us out at laxsportsnetwork.com or download the LSN app. Available on iOS, Android, Roku, Chromecast, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Xbox. It's all free, so what are you waiting for?